Jake's got the weight, stats on deck, no cap, his acts on mic. Fire lit, gotta hear that passion, debate intense like a game of hoops. No relax, so Flurry Sports, man, they keep us happy, never lagging. They drop the facts and they play those games. One podcast crowd, they holding no reins, high energy, good vibes, that's the name of dance. Come on, let's get down, give it up for the sports fans. Flurry Sports in the house, let the rhythm come alive. Zach, Jake, break it down. It's the funk down vibe from the stories to the games. They got the groove, yeah, feeling the vibe. Got your head not smooth. Podcast rhythm, a beat that won't quit. Tune in, lean back, cause you know they legit. Flurry Sports, yeah, they keep it so tight. Zach and Jake, you'll be jamming all night.
Everybody.
kind of some West Coast rap a little bit in there, maybe leading into something else. Jake, maybe I'm taking over the transitions for the show. But I'm impressed that we can come up with this many different types of genres of intros, to be honest. And who knew that Flurry Sports was the thing to bridge all kind of genres, all kinds of good music that kind of is repeating the same theme over and over. But I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty good intro. What do you think?
I like it. I feel like it's telling that like that was maybe one of the easier listens. Like I could listen to that whole one easy. Like we were that far into it, you know? I don't know. Like I wasn't ever like stop the song. Like it just kept happening. What was the prompt there? Because I could not figure out, was it hip hop or was it boy band?
I think I did like West Coast rap.
Interesting. Well, that is a good tie into the day. Also, AI racist. That's the first time it hasn't been that one white dude's voice.
I know. They did it on purpose, but not every Flurry Sports podcast episode's an easy listen, but maybe that is alluding to this one is very listenable. So stay tuned, stick around. Jake's got a game to kick us off here. We're going to be crushing the hopes and dreams of probably at least 25 NFL franchises a little bit later, saying that you have nothing to look forward to this season. And then who knows what else? We can talk Caitlin Clark if you want. More Caitlin Clark news. She's on the Olympic team. Why would she be? She's the only person anyone cares about, but that's fine. But we're going for gold. God forbid we don't beat the other countries by 80 points. You know?
Do you know we haven't lost a game for women's basketball in the Olympics since the 90s?
Right. And that's why we're like, why isn't Caitlin Clark on the team? Because we're trying to build the best team. Hey, I think we're going to be okay. Maybe we should have people watch the games. And to your point, did you know this? Did you know that they didn't lose a game? I would say most people don't know because no one watches the fucking games because it sucks. And now we have Caitlin Clark sitting at home, texting her coach that they woke a beast. Caitlin, be less white. All of this is bad. Women's basketball is terrible. This is not going well. They had an opportunity, and every week it gets worse. Every week.
Yeah, and by the way, all the hits came out. That happened. I have to see people online being like, she didn't make the team, but Brittany Griner did? She hates America. Like, she's 7 feet tall. They are not the same position. So, and by the way, yes, she should be on the team, but I was like, God damn it, why wouldn't you want her on this team? And then everyone was like, oh, but Brittany Griner's there. And I'm like, okay, fuck you. Never mind. I'm back. And she can sit at home. And by the way, someone got hurt, so maybe she'll still go.
She can't go now.
She's fired up. She wins everybody over. I don't know, man. She plays guard. It's a competitive team. Also, I don't know how we got here. Everyone fucking hates her. That's what's. I mean, they don't want to play with her.
Everyone hates her in the league.
I know.
And I don't know why. You got chartered planes now. Like, you're not flying coach. Maybe thank her.
I don't know, man. It is a weird, like, why can't we like her? I don't know. I feel like it's gonna come out she's a terrible person.
Maybe, and who gives a fuck? Like, that doesn't matter. Tyreek Hill has killed people. He has beat his pregnant girlfriend.
That is true.
But he's fast.
But
And
he's
I would
so
live.
fast, and she can shoot. I don't know what's going on. Listen, no one can get any of this right. Pat McAfee tried to defend her and has somehow become the biggest Caitlin Clark hater on the internet.
Yeah, like he ends a 15-minute section by, in context, saying this white bitch built your league, and everyone's like, white bitch? Like, Jesus Christ, come on.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I will say, the only thing hotter in the streets than Caitlin Clark, Zach, you may not know this.
There you go.
I was in Missouri last week.
Okay.
I say this only say I had a lot of car time. And when I say I filled all of that car time by getting caught up on what's happening between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, a solid 20 hours of so many podcasts, all of the diss songs, trying to figure it out. Where have you been involved in this at all? Involved?
Yes, I think I was on one of the diss tracks, actually.
Yeah,
I was a ghostwriter for Kendrick.
Yeah, hey, you don't have none. He doesn't. It's 1v20 now. It's 20v1.
Okay, so Jake is caught up. I like the idea of a white Midwestern guy, weeks late, coming to fill us in on everything that has happened.
By the way, we got him. We got him, folks. And weeks late, Drake yesterday. Did you see this bullshit? That's why I bring it up. Did you see his tweet?
I didn't see his tweet. I heard his new song, and boy, that's not great.
His new song sucks. He tweeted out yesterday. The quote goes a little hard, and all of his fucking newbie fans really like it. Here's the quote, and then I'll give you the context of what it was posted over. The quote is, "A goat isn't worried about a one-trick pony."
Okay.
Goes a little hard. I have some quibbles with it. One, because he's doing this on purpose to make me mad, but if one of them is a one-trick pony.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, I don't think it's Kendrick. Two, he posted that. Zach, you have to look up what he was wearing in it. He's wearing
it's a picture.
He's wearing fucking parachute pants.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
And an ascot.
It's on Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See Drake on there? Is he fucking Champagne Poppy? I hate this guy.
Yeah, that's what
people. Oh, he's Drizzy on this one. Great. Oh, he might have deleted it.
Wow. You might have to Google it. I could send it to you quick, but
I'll just type in Drake one trick pony. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Trick pony.
That might be the name of the episode. One trick pony.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark and one trick pony.
Oh God, he looks so.
Why is he doing this? Did he listen to the songs?
No, I don't think so. Let's see if I can bring it up here, just because. For the people, watch the YouTube video. By the way, people.
Yeah.
So many things happening on the FlurrySports YouTube. Yes, cool trivia videos. Yes, this podcast, but also you can see these really cool pans by Drake. How about that? Oh my God.
It's not even the Kentucky Derby.
Is that what he's going for?
I don't know, but like, does he understand? And listen, folks, I'm not commenting on what should be fashion, rap culture. Like, is Drake black enough? Doesn't seem my place to say. All I know is he's being accused of being not very hard and kind of whitewashed, and he showed up, and a pedophile, and he showed up looking like Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I mean, Drake, are you going to break down this beef, or what are we doing here?
Well, I have a game. I didn't know how into it you wanted to go, because to your point, this is not fresh. This beef is a little cold. I will say, I couldn't be more worked up about it. I don't know how anyone's a Drake fan.
Why is nobody talking about it?
Why is no one talking about it? I'll tell you, here's my somewhat hot take. Now that everything's settled, my favorite song is fucking Meet the Grams.
Really? Okay.
And I feel like everyone has kind of been talking about it like, thank God he dropped Not Like Us, because Meet the Grams was too dark. And now we can like relish in it. And do I think that? Yes. Do I think that writing a letter to everyone in his family is so fucking awesome, including a mystery daughter that may or may not exist?
Yeah.
Also, I'd be lying. Like, that was ironic. This is a tie-in. I was in Missouri, and the Not Like Us might be the catchiest song of all time. I was walking around the streets of Springfield, Missouri going, you lied about your friends. You lied about your accent. I was just like, this motherfucker. That was like the catchiest part to me, was I just hearing like the refrain of you lied. I also was like, and this is why I wanted to bring it up this show, I miss when public figures hated each other this much.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because that was my favorite takeaway, was that Drake stumbled into a beef with like, no, I fucking hate you. Like, and it's like, and Kendrick's hate, by the way, I'll say this, Kendrick won this beef. His hate, not justified. I don't know if you should hate him that much. It's so personal. I feel like he wandered into it. Like, this has the vibe of like when someone you knew from high school is like, hey man, good to see you. And it's like 10 years ago, you stole my fucking pencil and I have hated you. And like, it's just like, or like more realistically, like in middle school football, one time you called me a little bitch in front of the whole team. And every day since, I've wondered about you getting hit by a car. Like, it's like, like it is. I love that euphoria. He stumbled it like Drake was like, I'm just gonna pop off. And Kendrick was like, you're a bad dad.
Yeah. He had stuff ready. He's been waiting for something.
He did have stuff ready. Also, here's why, this is where I start with this, because I feel like sports is the only segue or like tie-in that's close. And I feel like people haven't given this enough credit. Like, everyone was like, oh, I like Meet the Grams, but like, I can't tell. There's so many like accusations both ways. Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Kendrick's telling the truth, dude. What do you mean? Like, one of them just pulled something out of thin air, and Kendrick like walked you through like all of this shit, and it like reminded me of like the NBA when everyone was like, I don't know, man. Or like a better one is the NFL. I was like, I don't know, whose side should we be on? Like, Antonio Brown seems a little crazy. But like, it's like, no, he's fucking crazy. Like, we've been watching it. It's like, but John Gruden, would he do that? No, dude. It's like, it's definitely Antonio Brown who's the crazy one. And so true. I love the idea. This is why I wanted to bring this up so much, because the fact that Kendrick was probably just, I feel like he needs flowers for like, he just waited. Like, he's like, someday this guy's gonna start shit. When he does. I know about his 11-year-old daughter.
Yeah. I mean, I assume he had plenty of people also being like, hey, just so you know, Drake did this, Drake did this, Drake did this. We all fucking hate this guy. Go at it.
100%. And by the way, that was like Drake's one thing in this whole battle was, yes, he was right. It was a little wild how jumped he got. Like, that was his big take. Tell Metro to go shut up and make some drums. Funny. Immediately backfired. BBL Drizzy, also a bop. I somewhat like I like when he made fun of every time Kendrick opens his mouth, someone gives him an award is funny.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's got some one-liners in there. Is it as funny as Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophile? Wop, 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 wop. No.
That's the thing. Kendrick wins so hard just because he made the song of the summer a diss track. So now everyone's fucking playing at the clubs and just fucking hating Drake. It's the best thing ever.
It is so good. I feel like I found out I hated Drake. So
I mean, I certainly found out a lot of things about Drake that I don't like. So yeah, I think I didn't like him, but now I hate him. Yeah.
No. Now he can't even say the N-word no more. That's what I got out of Euphoria.
Yeah, he got that taken away from him. The privileges. He shouldn't have spoke up.
You're one of us now. Like us. That'll be the song we release.
That's right. Yeah.
So, Zach, I want to tie it in there. We can get more into it if we want. I do. By the way, it was also over as soon as Euphoria, Kendrick came out with fucking, you wouldn't know nothing about that. That is the best line of the whole thing. That's so good.
Yeah.
I was too busy being a dad. By the way, the only thing about that whole verse, it's aged a little bad because he was like, I don't have time to look at all this shit. I'm a father. I'm looking at all these things. And then 2 songs later, he's like, by the way, here's 3 letters to members of your family. I've been
Yeah.
toiling away, and one to you that has some strong wording in it.
Pretty strong.
And another
That
song.
is, yeah, so good. What a good beef. But yeah, continue.
What a good beef. So, Zach, one of the things from Euphoria that I took away, because I feel like there are so many layers to this. Drake, possibly a pedophile, because, by the way, his big response was he came out, I do not have a daughter. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Drake, you have a daughter you don't care about, and you're a pedophile. Haha, I got you. I planted the daughter thing.
So dumb. So dumb.
Do you have anything else to say? No? Okay.
And by the way, his response was literally like, you think I would hide a daughter? Motherfucker, you hit a son. That's the whole reason this came up.
Yeah.
It's the whole reason. It's not out of nowhere. Everyone was acting like, I can't believe you think he'd hide a kid. He already did it. What do you mean? Like, yes. It's not like saying I'm hiding a kid. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You think Brett Favre would cheat on his wife? Yes.
Yes. Actually, I have receipts.
So Brett caught a stray there. But like that layer was there. No one mentioned Millie Bobby Brown. That was also a funny moment that came out of nowhere. My sister Emily, friend of the show, and I were talking about this. Em made a great point. I think Drake got caught off guard that people consider 17 underage.
The people defending him were like, you guys think Drake's a pedophile? The age of consent in Canada is 16. Like, okay. I don't like it still. It's fine.
I think he stumbled into it because I think he's like, why would you think I've been with underage girls? And they're like, we've seen you with 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds. And he's like, wait, that's underage. Like, I think he was like, what do you mean? Shit. And by the way,
Maybe.
Perfect draw. Oh, by the way, that's a terrible fucking excuse. That's awful. And it gets worse. He's 36, so it doesn't really matter. But that ties into this because my favorite thing, all of this, I think the bar that's going underrated, not going to let a guy from Canada take Tupac's legacy. And so, Zach, I have a game called Is This Punk from Canada?
Great game.
Because what I'm taking away from this beef, I don't think we've been hard enough on the Canadians.
Perfect. Love it. Love it.
Because I do think, like, no, fuck you. Like, you can hang out, but you can't come in and then be like, hey, man, I'm one of you. I'm Canadian.
There's no group of people I respect less than Canadians. There's people I dislike more, but they are pussies up there. Like, fucking, you're under England's rule. We are next door doing 1776 and you don't join in. You're like, actually, you know what, Miss England, we're fine. No,
like, they fucking attacked us in 1812.
Yeah, they suck, dude.
Here's what I kind of vibe with Canada, except they pick and choose moments where they're like, right team? No, go fuck you. You're not. What do you mean? Like, half the time you're like, don't you wish you had health care? And the other half you're like, and we're in this together. No, go fuck yourself. What are you talking about? So, Zach, the game is simple. I thought it was about time. I was also like, I keep confusing myself with these very complicated game premises. So, simple as it gets. I'm up $20. If you get all 10 right, you get 15. If you get more than 7 right, you get 10. If you get less than 7 right, you get nothing. And all you have to tell me is this punk Canadian?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. First one, Wayne Gretzky.
I would hope so. Yeah, that's my guess.
He is, in fact, Canadian.
Okay,
punk
good.
is Canadian. All right, you're 1 for 1. I will say,
how dare the great one's not a punk. Not during the Stanley Cup season. Can't do it.
That's true. It's Stanley Cup season. I will say, because I want to take this strategy element maybe off your plate, I put these in a list randomizer.
Okay.
I didn't want it to be like the flow of would Jake put this person second or not. So I just want to give that to you. So number 2, Shea Gilchrist Alexander.
He is Canadian.
2 for 2, Zach. Shea is Canadian.
A very Canadian name.
Very true. Very, very true. Couldn't be more Canadian.
No, Shea? Yeah, come on. He looks Canadian.
Big Drake fan. All right. Number 3, Baseball player, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ooh, somebody I know. Know of. Couldn't pick him out of a line. Couldn't tell you what team he plays for.
Could you tell
I
me
know
what
he's
country he was born in?
Feels South American to me. I'm gonna go with not Canada.
You are 3 for 3, Zach. Ronald
Ooh.
Acuna Jr., not from Canada.
Do you know where he's from or no?
I've got a guess, but I won't
no.
say it to you. Yeah. I remember him. I remember him in the World Baseball Classic, but which of those two teams is he on? I'm not going to take a step. We can look it up, but I tell you what one it isn't.
He is from Venezuela.
Fuck yeah,
Nice.
Venezuela paid Puerto Rico. Okay, there you go. Number 4, Zach, an oldie but a goodie. Vontez Perfect.
Ooh. This would be a very big shock to me. That would be incredible. I can't do it. He's no way he's Canadian.
From the streets of Calgary. I'm just kidding.
Really?
No, he's American.
Okay.
As American as the day's long. Nah, dude, his name's Vontez. Yeah, okay. You're 4 for 4, dude. You've got a chance at that 15. Because like I said, it's random. So the one I would have started with is here at number 5. Is this punk Canadian Steve Nash.
Ooh. Oh no, this is actually a little tricky. I know he's not from America. He is either Canadian or he's like Australian. I think he's from Canada though. I think he's Canadian.
Maybe I shouldn't have let it up so much because it is Canadian, but you struggled there more than I thought. All I remember from that is they asked him when he was coach of the Lakers, like how he relates to Kobe as an international player. And I was like,
I knew he was international. I just I didn't know which British rule he was under.
Yeah, what part of the Commonwealth he was from. So you are 5 for 5. Baseball player next.
Okay.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
He plays in Toronto, right? Or did?
He does play in Toronto.
Okay.
I mean, based off where people were born, by the way. So I'm just not like he lives in Canada now. Like, so just so you know.
I mean, I have zero other background knowledge other than that, so I am going to go with not Canadian.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr., son of, if you believe it, Vladimir Guerrero, who also played in Canada and had his son while he played in Montreal. So therefore, he is in fact Canadian.
Interesting.
He was, there for a couple months, but he's back now. So count it. All right, next, Zach. So you're off the perfect train.
Okay.
But that still 1 out of 6. Very, very good. Next, Zach. Warren Moon.
Ooh. Okay. So Warren Moon played in the CFL, but does that mean he is Canadian? I feel like, did he go to Canada in college or Canada in college in Canada rather? Not Canadian. Not Canadian. He wouldn't be. He wouldn't do that to me.
He would do that to you. A deep attachment to Warren Moon.
I love Warren Moon.
Listen, Warren Moon, great. And to your point, Warren Moon, not from Canada, victim of racism. We sent his ass. We're like, you quarterback, see ya. And then he had to come back. I'm trying to look up. Oh, he went to Washington was his main college of choice.
Oh, okay. That's basically Canada.
Yeah, way up there. So that checks out. So Zach, you are 1 of 7 wrong, which means you are 6 of 7. Correct.
You should be a game show host. This is great.
By the way, I just realized I should have fucking called this game Not Like Us. Just been like you.
Yeah, probably.
So, man, really missed that opportunity. So I'm gonna change it right now. Zach, so you will answer that he is
this pug from Canada? It really rolls off the tongue.
It does. Well, it tells you my state of mind. I may have just listened. I was listening to Meet the Gramps, and I was like, "Fuck these Canadians." So next, you'll answer like us if they're American, and not like us if they're from Canada. Okay.
Great.
There's 3 left. Next, Dylan Brooks. Like us or not like us?
We're talking Dylan Brooks.
NBA Dylan Brooks.
Okay, Houston Rockets
Defensive
fame.
superstar.
He gives off Canadian vibes to me.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like one of the, much like Drake, light-skinned Canadians. So he's a poser for sure. He's Canadian.
He's not like us.
Oh, he's not like us.
Thank you for adapting. He is not like us.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one blind lineup. I could pick him out. He is
100%, definitely for sure. And Zach, I'm happy with the way the random generator put this because we're ending an NBA alley, which is I feel like the toughest part of this game. So number 8, like us or not like us, Brad Miller, Atlanta Hawks superstar.
There's 2. The Brad Miller
3-pointer.
The tall one or the one that played with LeBron? Isn't there 2? I'm thinking of Mike Miller. Yeah. Interesting. Brad Miller. Mike Miller, I think, is Canadian, but Brad Miller. Now you got me in a Miller loop. Miller. I like
the guy
him.
who's just like JJ Redick. Like I feel like they're the same.
He's taller though, isn't
career.
he? Look up his height for me. Let me.
I'm on it. What's your guess on his height? Oh Jesus!
Like 6'10".
He's 6'11".
Okay, yeah. He's not JJ Redick.
Cool 6'3". Yeah, okay, my bad, dude.
JJ Redick could never. I like him, so I think he's like us.
He is like us. He listened to like that.
Yeah. Where's he? I mean, you got it up there. Where is he from?
He is from, I do got it up. He is originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, for sure. I can't believe he wasn't from Gary.
So many ports in Indiana.
So not Port Wayne, Fort Wayne.
Oh, Fort Wayne. I thought it was Port.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot more forts.
True.
And lastly, Zach, like us or not like us, Rudy Gay.
I really like Rudy Gay. He did play in Toronto, but he's Memphis. My version of Rudy Gay is Memphis. Some people would say Utah. He wouldn't be from Canada. I think Rudy Gay's like us.
He is like us. He's from Brooklyn, New York, yes. Dude. Yeah.
Good.
By the way, first nickname listed for him, the Great Rudini.
Who called him that?
Who the fuck called him that?
That's Dickie V did that one time.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, for sure. Well, he played for fucking UConn. Absolutely. Yeah. Also, his second nickname is Big Truck. Never heard that either.
Big Truck.
I loved Rudy Gay, by the way. But yeah, he's like a Zach. That means the only person you got wrong was the baseball player, which I think is pretty good. So you got Vlad Guerrero Jr. wrong.
That was not a technicality, right? Like he doesn't live. Like he was born there and got shipped out, right?
I mean, yes, but I feel like the technicality got erased by the fact this is now his like 4th season playing in Toronto.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm taking the loss on that one. I just feel like he's not. He doesn't identify as Canadian, does he?
I think he would say he's Canadian right now, but it's good for the press.
Sure. Okay.
That's also, fair. Honestly, the only reason I thought maybe it'd come up is like anytime people are like, pick a player from this country all time. Like the cheeky answer is like Vlad Guerrero Jr., Canada. Because it's like, yeah, really? I can't fucking count it. Yeah. But there you go. 9 for 10. And, while we're at it, give me your favorite song or moment from the Drake Kendrick beef.
I mean, just the fact that he released Not Like Us like 2 minutes after Drake, right?
He released Meet the Grams within an hour.
Meet the Grams, yeah.
That's and right. Then while everyone was like, what just happened? Then the next day, he dropped Not Like Us.
Yeah. I don't.
By the way, the biggest party song in the summer, where he teaches you about slave history.
Did you watch the videos of like the security officer who like stole Drake's stuff and was like making weird videos with it? Like I'm an inside source and shit.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was the coolest part of the beef for me.
That was cool. There's some insider shit happening. Well, and I thought kind of the tricky part, which is why I'm like, Drake, why did you keep fucking doing this? Like, the album covers were like that slowly expanding photo, which is what the security guard like claimed to get, which led to Drake being like, I fed you that info. Which, listen, I'm not going to steal other people's jokes, but to that point, go ahead, tell them I'm a pedo.
Like, yeah, exactly. For what purpose did you give that info, Drake?
And for the love of God, did you write it down? Did you get an email message that said, gotcha? Like, you can't release that in a song where you're like, I'm good. I'm a little burnt out. Like, you can't be like, by the way, we're done. I feel like he didn't check his Instagram all weekend. And he came back in and he's like, how we doing? Fuck.
I got an idea for a banger Hey There Delilah cover. Like, maybe don't do that either, actually.
Honestly, okay, everyone's shitting on his response since. I think the biggest mistake, I think he's got to cut it out with the one-trick pony shit. I think he should do what he's been doing and pretend like none of this stuff ever happened. I think he should bury it in 50 terrible songs.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, I mean, you have to stick to it now. You can't go back now.
Correct.
If I was him, I would take like fake photos with my pretend daughter that I don't have. It would be like a doll. Like he went through the process of making a doll, like stuff like that. That's what I would do. But
by the way,
you know,
if that's not true, it's a great lie. It's a like, well, it's a better. No one cares. By the way, prove it. No, prove you don't have a daughter.
We don't need to talk about this much more because this has happened. But Drake isn't accusing Kendrick of lying about that, though. That's the thing. He's saying he made up the lie to get Kendrick to say something that's not true so he could say gotcha. He's not saying Kendrick lied about anything. That's the thing. That's the point.
It's crazy. It's the whole thing's wild. And by the way, was it a dark song? Sure. Did I get goosebumps when he said meet the Grams? 100%. It was good. Scary. I'm glad in his last album he said he's going to therapy.
Yeah. That's great.
My other takeaway. So there we go. And my last question for you, Zach, is who's the next person you want to call out Kendrick Lamar? Who do you just want to feed to the fucking tiger?
This pains me to do this. And maybe
don't say who I think you're going to say.
I may have regrets because I love him. And sure, he's done some things.
You're not going to say who I thought you were going to say.
Oh, maybe he's done some things that I wish he hadn't. But if we can get a Kendrick Kanye beef like this, Kanye's got material.
What it would be, that would be exactly like this, because our reaction if Kanye dropped a diss track, we'd all just be like, why? Why would you?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I thought for sure you were going to say Macklemore, which I feel like you could.
That's true. Yeah, if we could end someone's career, if that's your question, yeah. Let's do that.
You're going to be like, who could randomly like step in there?
Meghan Trainor. How about her too? Let's get
she's the worst. I want Justin Timberlake to call him out.
Timberlake's good.
I want a Kendrick track with Britney on it.
Ooh, that would be funny. Maybe a Joey Fatone, because I think Joey could clap back.
Joey would hold his own a little bit. I hope he does it all in his Family Feud voice.
Bingo. Yeah. Or Price is Right voice. He had one of those for a little bit.
God, that's so true. Yeah. Well, Zach, that leads us, believe it or not, to the main part of our show. Wow. That's right. And you know what? We're going to keep this animosity up because just like Kendrick said, you know what? You ain't it. We're going to look at some NFL teams and go, are you hiding a daughter? No, we're going to.
Yeah. Tua is. If there's one NFL player who's most like Drake, it's Tua. For sure.
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like
it's probably Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, I was like,
he gives off Drake
oh, for
vibes.
sure. Oh, huge Drake. Such Drake vibes. Not like I'm not gonna accuse like, listen, I don't know if he's a pedo, but I do think he does all the same shit of like Danger Russ. Like they could have the same PR guy.
Yeah. The whole
That's
Mr.
huge. I was
Unlimited
like,
thing.
who gives me Drake vibes? Like, I don't want to hang out with the Bosas.
No, for a few reasons, but yeah.
For a few reasons today. Yeah. So I don't know. So Zach, we are gonna go around the league, and I think our mission today, and you correct me where I'm wrong, is I think we're gonna identify the pretenders. That's what we're doing. We're separating out. You have no chance of winning the Super Bowl in 2024, 2025.
Correct. And if you remember, we did this last year heading into the season. I believe the Buffalo Bills had the second best Super Bowl odds, and we told you, they're done. They have no shot. They had a 0% chance to win the Super Bowl in our eyes. And then look what happened. They crumbled. They got rid of people. Stephon Diggs is out. I believe we even had Stephon Diggs prediction at one point. All of that. So we're kind of doing the same thing today. Before we do that, let me just read through some of the Super Bowl odds just because I think some of these are surprising. And they're updated from last week. I believe last week they had the Packers as the 5th best odds, and they've actually gone down. So I don't know what happened between last week and this week, but they dropped a lot. But the 49ers are 1, the Chiefs are 2. Makes sense. I would still put the Chiefs at 1. I don't know why we're not, but whatever. Then they got the Ravens at 3, the Bengals at 4, the Lions at 5. Well, the Bengals, Lions, and Bills are all tied essentially at 4. Then they got the Eagles, Cowboys, Texans, Packers, then the Jets. So pretty interesting. The only team at dead last is the Panthers, which, spoiler alert, I don't think they have a shot.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Here's a petition for you, Zach, that we did not start, that we did not talk about before the show started, I should say. I think I'm in a drafty mood.
Ooh, okay.
And I feel like we should draft teams that have no shot.
That's fine.
And the person whose collection of teams has the least amount of wins.
That's fun. Okay, let me get a spreadsheet up. That is fun.
And I think we can agree. Can we agree on each taking 10 teams?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's see.
And if we get to a place and we're like, you know what, some of these teams have a shot, we'll stop right here. But I think we can make it to 20 teams don't have a shot. Easy.
I think I can make it to 30, but sure, we could do 20.
By the way, I could for sure make it to 30. Cool, I'm wrong.
I think the Chiefs have a shot, and I think maybe a collective one of 3 other teams have a shot. But is what
I would be willing to go. I'd go 12 each.
Okay, let's do 12. We got to figure out. Are we doing snake?
Yeah,
so
100% snake style.
Snake style.
All right, I need to list the teams in front of me.
That's true. I'm trying to decide whoever names an athlete closest to what's a random age that would be hard but not impossible. 37. Is that weird? Is that a weird number?
No.
What about an NBA player that's 37?
All right, that sounds fine. Can I start?
Sure. 2 guesses each. And we'll say whoever's closest without going.
Okay. First guess is Patrick Beverly.
Ooh, he's going to be younger, but that's a good baseline. Patrick Beverly is why? Just a second. I need to get Google up. Bing sucks. Patrick Beverly. He's 35. He's actually older than I thought he would be.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, I'm really happy with that guess. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Without going over, I'm gonna go with. Ooh, I don't know. I hate when I do this to myself because now I have a random fucking guess and I have to throw it out there. Are you ready for this one? He's not a current player, and you have not heard of this guy's name in over a decade.
Okay.
You may think he's dead. I'm going to go with Brandon Roy.
I did think Brandon Roy was dead.
You may as well have been. Brandon Roy, he's not 37, but he is. Oh, wow. He's 39. Okay, so that doesn't count, but that's close.
Without going over?
I mean, I think yours is closer just because we'll default to under. How about that? It doesn't matter
if it's point, a tie. Yeah. I got what you're saying. All right, wow. To try and nail it, or do you guess again? Because we're snaking it.
I can guess again if you want. I guess just to give you some information, because I see it, is Brandon Roy was taken in the 2006 draft.
So we want someone taken in 2004. Okay.
I mean, NBA's all over the board, but
yeah, true.
I'm gonna go with LaMarcus Aldridge, his teammate.
That's a good guess. That's a really good guess. Fuck.
Let's see. LaMarcus 38. Damn it.
Well, I think that we didn't say it was Price is Right rules. I just think for a tiebreaker under, but I would say you're closer.
Okay.
So I have to get 36 or 37. I'm going to say who's 2 years older than Patrick Beverley. I hate guessing this big a name, and he feels a little too old, but I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook.
Ooh. We guessed him before. I don't remember what his age was, though.
He might also be 38.
35 as well. Same.
All right, so you go first. Well, I'll let you pick. Do you want to go first, or do you want to get the snake?
I'll go first. I'll take the Carolina Panthers. I think that's a pretty safe one. I also bring up the list of teams, though.
Yeah, and we can talk about them a little bit. I mean, the Panthers, honestly, here's my only thing. I would have taken the snake, and here's why. Just for this exercise, the Panthers are for sure the team with the least amount of hope, but they're also in a fucking shitty division. Like, if they stumbled into 6 wins, I wouldn't be, like, flabbergasted.
I wouldn't be either, but I don't think they are. They suck. Bryce Young, bust. We can declare it already.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to reveal something. I have not looked too much into like what people think about teams yet this year.
Okay.
And so like I have vibes. Like I was prepared to be like, these teams don't have chances to win, but to be like, who's going to not win any games? I'm tempted to go right to the Packers division because I have a really strong feeling about one of these teams. And you know what? I'm going to say it. My number 2 pick is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. I think they're for sure last in the division.
Yeah. I'm going to go Minnesota. It's a total rebuild year. I'm happy they extended Jefferson. I think that they're just not a very good team. And I actually think like, listen, if the Bears and Packers do what they think they're going to do, the Lions just made the championship game. It should be 3 somewhat decent teams. We'll see how quick one of those other teams goes off the board. But yeah, I think the Vikings are going to be pretty terrible. I'm going to go AFC now. Who's going to be the worst in the AFC? I am going to go with, how bad do I think they're going to be? I think they're going to be pretty shitty. I'm going to go with the Vegas Raiders.
Ooh, okay.
I really like their division. And I forgot about one of the other teams in that division. I'll just admit it. I'll just admit it right now. There's a team in that division. I probably should take it first. But they're going to be pretty bad. So, all right. I'm fine with that. Raiders and Vikings.
Raiders are a team like, they're just not very talented whatsoever. Their whole thing last year is that they just played passioned. They just played harder than the other team. And they like got wins. So does that gimmick continue into this year or not? Like if it doesn't, to your point, I think they're going to lose a lot of games.
I also think they took advantage of, I mean, we'll just say them because they're going to go somewhat soon. Like, will the Broncos be that bad? I don't know. Like if I had to look at a team and be like, I know what you are in that division, it's the Raiders on the bad side.
That's true. That is true. They're the most predictable team, but besides the Chiefs, probably in that division.
Correct.
I'm going to take back-to-back AFC teams here. The first one will be the one you just said, the Broncos. Yeah. I think the Broncos are okay. It sounds like they may not even go Bo Nix to start the year at quarterback. They probably should. They probably will. But the other one's Zach Wilson. So it's either going to be Zach Wilson or Bo Nix. I think they got rid of a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know if Sean Payton's going to work there. Like, he's coaching too hard and has too much control for a young team. And I think they're kind of implode again, but it is what it is. The other one is I'm going to go the Patriots.
Yeah.
Again, I think they're going to start with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. I like Jacoby, but they're going to make a switch to Drake May at some point, and it's probably after Jacoby gets hurt or if they play really bad. So, yeah, I can't imagine either of those teams are going to finish higher than third in their division.
Yeah, I like that we made this a draft, by the way, because the strategy of it is kind of sneaking in. Because I like what you did there, because I also think someone's going to be terrible in the AFC North, or sorry, East. And again, like, as much as part of me wants to be like, do I bet against Rodgers' Achilles? I kind of want to, but the Patriots are going to be really bad. So I hate to say it, like, I think the Bills, in just terms of record, I think the Bills and Dolphins could each have 10 wins next year.
I'm skeptical about the Dolphins. Bills, maybe. Bills are weird too, though. They got rid of, their top two receivers. Who knows what they do?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to throw some darts here at teams that what I catch myself is like, do I think these teams will be a little bit better than what other people are saying, but they're still going to be terrible. So I'm going back to back NFC. I have to take an NFC South team, and I've gone back and forth here a little bit, and I don't know if this is consensus or not. I'm going Falcons.
Really? I think that's not consensus.
Okay. I hate them. So to be totally honest, yeah, I hate you've named it. I hate Kirk Cousins so much. And listen, my draft is taking a hit, but I just really despise him. So
that's fair.
I want to root against the teams on my list. And so I'm going to take them. And with an actual, like, this team is bad, I'm going to go with, listen, to just take NFC South teams. Some of them are going to be terrible. I'm going to also take the Buccaneers.
Okay. Baker Mayfield coming back. First time he has some sort of consistency, but I mean,
can I be honest with you? I wanted no part of the Saints. I did not want to root against them. Like, I was like, they're going to fuck up my shit. So
I don't think the Saints are good, but I don't know what they are.
I'm going through that division's bad. I agree that Baker coming back can make a difference. They're always like a surprisingly, like, they've got some talent spread out at positions you don't expect. I think Tampa's got good wide receivers. That's been pretty well covered, but I listen, last year, the team that won that division won like 7 games. Like, I don't see a world where 2 teams in that division win over 8 games. So
no. So do you think the Saints are going to win that division? Is that what your thought is?
I think the Saints will be 1 or 2 in that division, and I can't figure out who the other team is that will be
that's
1 or 2.
That's fair.
Do I think they're going to win? Who knows? But it's like they'll be competitive, and one of my other 2 will probably be the one that wins it, and the other one will have only somehow won 2 games. So I'm covering my bases a little bit there. I don't know if I love those picks, but strategy a little bit.
Heading into this game, we were talking about which teams are not going to win the Super Bowl. I'm pretty confident saying no one from the NFC South will sniff a Super Bowl.
I like betting on any of these teams to make the playoffs would be a risk. Like, I agree with you that if I was being unbiased, Kirk Cousins, especially now that he's home in the Deep South, should have, maybe he feels so supported. He
actually, notably, he does not, because he signed there so they wouldn't draft a backup quarterback, and then they did it. They immediately.
Yeah, that's so true. They're going to implode. Yeah. That's crazy. But I just think that, like, even them, it's like betting on any of these in particular teams to win 10 games And I know that's not what it would take necessarily to win the playoffs in that spot, but yeah, I just think it's wild. But no, I agree with you. Would you say they're for sure the worst division in football again?
Let me bring up the teams again. I mean, they're for sure up there.
Yeah, I think with this list, they
probably
are. I mean, I would say it's interesting. The other one I would point to, we haven't taken a team from yet. But
the NFC East, is that what you're thinking?
Oh, that's interesting. That's fair. That's very fair. I was going to jump to the AFC South.
They're another one that's kind of unknown. They've gotten a lot better.
Correct. And the NFC East, I think, is about to probably make an appearance on your board. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got 2 here. I'm going to start with the Giants. I just can't imagine the Giants are any good. Never know, because they were weirdly good 2 years ago, and then they were weirdly terrible last year. So, but they lost Saquon. So this does kind of feel like a spot where they lose their best player and are very good, doesn't it? And then I get to do my shtick of saying Saquon was the problem, which I look forward to. It'll be great. We'll replay this clip. But yeah, they shouldn't be good. I know that. And then okay.
I'm wondering if you'll pick the team I know you really want to.
I don't even know what that means, but I'll know as soon as I have to go with another NFC East team, I think.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I got to go with the Commanders.
Yeah, correct.
I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. They got a rookie quarterback. Could the rookie quarterback be outstanding? Sure. Could it be another Washington quarterback? Yes. So I'm going to go with them. They do not impress me whatsoever. And they got Austin Eckler. Now, by the way, little side tangent. There's a documentary on Netflix, okay? It's about some TikTok dance church cult. Weird. Can't remember what it was called. My bad. And then like this one sister, her and her sister had this TikTok dance channel. They were getting big or whatever. Her sister ended up dating this guy, getting sucked into this cult. The other sister who's like trying to pull her out still currently, she's like, oh, and then I got married and then my sister wasn't coming to my wedding. And then it shows her husband. It's Austin Eckler. And then Austin Eckler's in this cult documentary. Well, like, what are we doing? Yeah.
Did they like name him?
He's talking on there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they say his name actually, but I mean, it's him.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It was weird. It was very weird. Anyway, you got 2 picks.
All right. There's a couple divisions that don't have anybody in here yet, and I'm wondering if I should go there versus what I want to do, which is just call out another team I think is being overrated.
You can pick the entire NFC South if you want.
Yeah, that's true. The odds, that's true, but my like I know for sure you picked the team that will probably be the worst. So
yeah,
I should have like really stuck to that strategy. Listen, they messed around and got rid of my boy. I'm gonna pick the Titans.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I was just thinking, well, do I want to bet against the Titans? But then I'm like, no, they got rid of fucking Fabril. So yeah, I do want to bet against them. So I think, listen, someone on the South had to get picked, and I can't choose this life. This life chose me, and I think I believe in Trevor Lawrence. So
I don't.
Correct. That's fair. So,
but I don't believe in fucking. I can't remember the Titans quarterback's name right now. He eats bananas with the peels on.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Will Levis. Yeah. Don't believe in him. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. He's a psycho. So
yeah.
I think I like the rest of this division, and I think, honestly, it's totally the quarterback. I like the upside of the other quarterbacks in this division more. I think you can make an argument one way or another, but I really like Anthony Richardson. So I'm rooting for them. I think we're all collectively rooting for the Texans. And yeah, somehow I've landed on the Trevor Lawrence train, even though he publicly posted his wedding registry online. So
that's right. Yeah. Dabo's boy too.
Dabo's boy. I know, but he's reformed. And next, I feel like honestly I should have taken this team way sooner, but They've fallen to me now. So I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals.
That would have been my next pick.
Correct. They're terrible. They're really bad. And I feel like a new Call of Duty's coming out.
Always is. Every year. Every year.
Listen, they stink. Like every year we talk ourselves into like, my fear is they'll be mediocre for this draft. But I'm not worried about them being good. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take them. Because what's the worst that happens? 8 wins. So, I'm going to bet against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and whether you believe in Kyler Murray or not, like who's he throwing to outside of Marvin Harrison Jr.?
And like, so that is honestly what a good point, Zach, because that's why I haven't taken them is because of Marvin Harrison Jr. And I think we're so grossly overestimating the impact he can have on a team.
Yeah.
In terms of like quality of season. Like I think he's incredible. I think you build around him. You want to know how I know that's not how you could win in Arizona? Larry fucking Fitzgerald. Like, so like you of all teams know it didn't work. So by the way, so's Marvin Harrison Sr. So I don't know. So I wish nothing but the best for him in particular, but yeah, I think it's about time they came off the board.
100%. So my 6th pick, and after this pick, that would mean we both are half done, and we're going to have to start taking some good teams, actually.
Which is where I think I'll thrive. Because then I could just pick teams I don't believe in.
True. I'm going to go with, I'm between 2, and I guess I get to pick 2, so that's fine. I'm going to go with Seattle.
Yep, as you should. Yep.
You pushed Pete Carroll out. You're doing the whole NFL thing, like what the NFL said. Let's get rid of Pete Carroll. Let's get rid of Bill Belichick. You get rid of all these people so we can do what we want to do. And you made a mistake. You done fucked up. Pete Carroll is actually a good coach, and you are going to see that. But yeah, so now we are both at 6-6, and then my next pick, I got to do it. They are near the top in Super Bowl odds, and I'm telling you, there's 2 teams that I do not believe in whatsoever that are near the top. First one is the Miami Dolphins. They are not that good. Sorry. Tua, what's the best thing Tua could do in a contract year? His offensive line's getting much worse. Let's lose a bunch of weight. He's not making it this season. Like, there's no shot.
Is this your pick?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're picking the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Wow.
It goes against the betting odds, goes against everything. Their defense isn't that good. They lost a lot of guys. They lost fucking Van Ginkel. Try winning. So they lost Van Ginkel. Offensively, they got good receivers. They got a good running back. Their offensive line pass protection is not very good. So if their defense is going to give up points, then Tua has to drop back and actually pass more. And then the other teams are just going to pick them apart. Tua's going to get hurt. They're going to finish with like 6 wins. They're not very good. So that's my pick. Fuck Tua.
That's incredible. I love that so much. I feel like the best retort I could have is I'm going to pick the Bears. Like they're not. I think the Bears stink. You think they're good?
I think they go 9 or 10 wins.
Wow. I think they play 9 or 10 games. I think
they're going to call it quits. It's just so bad.
Here's my thing. Death taxes and their quarterbacks don't work out.
That's fair.
I just won't believe in it till it happens. And honestly, I don't like them. I'm rooting against them. I'm now at a point where I'm being petty. So yeah, I don't think they'll be very good. And
they
also
just signed Mercedes Lewis, though.
Correct.
He's gonna lift up. That's at least 3 wins.
Seems to be. Honestly, I do like him a lot. And then I feel like there's one more team. I'm like, they need to get off the board.
It's getting hard now.
Okay. Now, do I pick a team I feel like could explode and just win like nothing?
Right.
Or pick a team I know will not win more than 9 games?
Sure.
And for now, I'm going to pick a team that Zach, what do we know? This team will not win 10 games. This team will not make the playoffs. This team will not achieve. I'm going to pick the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's fair. That is fair.
I was thinking about this the whole time. Like, if the game comes down to me picking a team that is going to go 9-8, it's them.
Yeah. We got it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
And that's their peak.
Yeah.
So of the teams left, I'm out on Herbert. So
really?
Yeah.
This past season was it.
I'm in on Lawrence. I'm out on Herbert.
Okay.
Be a little
That's
tougher.
fair.
You know.
That's fine. That's true.
Sunshine.
I agree with that. Has he gotten paid yet? He has, right?
Yes, correct.
I don't know why people don't give him any blame.
Injuries and different pieces, but
that's fine. But like, he's put in a position to win games a lot. Notably, all of their games are one score. Why do we think Justin Herbert is like given no blame? It's weird. He doesn't have it. Sorry, Justin.
Yeah, that's crazy. They extended him. Is that right? They extended him after last season.
Okay.
Or right beforehand. His contract now doesn't expire until 2029. And it was a 5-year
smart deal to make.
Yeah, it's smart numbers wise. I find it funny that was the year they're like, he's our guy. But
right,
I agree with you. And also, like, honestly, if I'm being truthful, they're the team where it's like they were terrible last year. They were really awful. I think they've made some improvements. I can't figure out why they were so bad. But that said, they've got one team in the division that's going to fucking truck everybody. So that's 2 losses.
It comes down to how much do you believe Harbaugh is better than Staley?
And I didn't know if I wanted to bring it up, so I'm glad you did. I'm not rooting for I'm not rooting for Jimbo. I don't know when it all became like, I'm happy Harbaugh's back. Not me, motherfucker. I hate that guy. So I'm out.
Okay.
I hope he beefs with Kendrick.
Battle for California, yeah.
Yeah, everybody wears khakis. So
I like Harbaugh.
I know you do. Which is why I was like, I don't need to go in, but that's all right.
I don't know if I'm rooting for him though, but
that's fair.
I enjoy him.
So I'm 8 in, so I've got 4 picks left. You have 5 picks left. Okay.
Correct. And you didn't want to touch them. I don't know if I really want to touch them, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to take the Saints here.
Yeah.
Every single year we ask, are the Saints good or are they terrible? And every year, 10 weeks in, we still don't know. And they still have Derek Carr. They still have Alvin Kamara. Did Alvin Kamara serve a suspension last year? I think he did.
Yeah.
Okay. So that suspension's gone. But yeah, I still have no idea what the Saints are. I'm confident they'll finish between 6 and 10 wins. I don't know what that will be, but they will be okay. And then I'm nervous about the Colts because of Anthony Richardson, but they do have Joe Flacco backing them up now.
And that's 7 wins.
That's at least 7 wins. Who else here?
I mean, there's a lot of teams that are about to come off the board.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously the Jets are an Achilles away. I feel like the Cowboys are, one weird Jerry Jones comment away from imploding. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of teams that are, on the brink here. Deshaun Watson's still the quarterback, the Browns. I'm going to go with the Colts though. I don't know if I believe in them. I think, I don't know. I don't like the way they are building their team. They're being loyal.
Division's going to be terrible, right? So it's like, that's not a bad pick. I was probably going to go them next.
They were a playoff team, weren't they? Or they were just like the first team out or something like that.
They were the first team out, and they would have been in, presumably, had Richardson stayed healthy.
Right. I mean, he played 1 full game. He played in 5 games, I think. He barely played last year, but he was incredible when he played.
Yeah, that's true. I am giving him a lot of credit, and I forgot how little he played. That's true. I'm going to say the teams out loud who are left.
Okay.
We have in alphabetical order, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns, the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Rams, the New York Jets, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Francisco 49ers. I was hoping someone would jump out at me there.
Yeah, they're all okay.
They're all fine. I'm going to go, how's this for strategy? I'm going to take two teams. Oh, all right. I am pretty confident. I've been tiptoeing around these two teams, but I think this is my highest yield available. I'm going to take two teams where if their quarterback gets hurt, they're absolutely fucked, and their quarterbacks were both hurt. And obviously, if their quarterbacks are on the field, both of these teams, I think, would be Super Bowl contenders, which is why I'm going to take them together. First off, the team, you can say what you want about other teams out there. I think it was crazy to put this team this high. I think we glazed them last year. I think Rodgers could be healthy and the Jets win maybe 10 games. I'm just not I don't like their coaching scheme a lot. I think
that's fair.
I wanted them to surround him with a little more depth. I feel like they're going to kind of I like they're in that division. Like I could see them sneaking some wins out, but I think they're going to get ate alive a little bit on the pass rush end. And sneaky, they had a lot of injuries, which is not their fault, but lots. They need a lot of things to go right. So I'm going to take the Jets, and I'm going to sugarcoat that because it's like, well, what if he does stay healthy and does Aaron Rodgers things with the team that I will say this is hard because I'm not rooting for this one to happen. But if Burrow is hurt again, and
this would have been my next pick.
Yeah. Like, listen, both of those teams were like 4-win teams last year. Not actually, but like they were really bad. They were 4-win teams on the inside. And I think that betting on one of them to have a losing season is reasonable. I think it just stinks when it's like, yeah, but if Burrow is healthy, I honestly think the Bengals are one of the more slept on teams, but obviously the whole question is, do you think he will remain on the field? And I just don't know. So, and by the way, I can't if I'm looking at 4 teams in that division going, who's next? Well, then someone's got to be it. So I'm going to say it's the Bengals.
People, I think, aren't talking enough about Burrow's wrist injury, which was the one that knocked him out last year. Knee stuff, like he's got a history that could act up again. His wrist, he's already like taking days off and stuff because like he can't move his wrist. It was a weird surgery, and like he has to learn. He's doing the Tua thing. Like he has to learn to fall because if he falls and tries to brace himself with his wrist, that could happen again, and he could be done for the season immediately. So yeah, I think the Bengals are very, very, very risky this year. And it sucks with Joe Burrow because like 2 years ago, I think I already said he was a top 3 quarterback in the league. And like I could see him having a very short career. And I hate that. Like, I think he's going to go out Andrew Luck-like, except for he's more of a football guy than Andrew Luck, I think. But yeah, we'll see.
And the guy we were like, this is the face of the league. In a way, I don't think we were like with Andrew Luck. Like Andrew Luck was the face of a franchise, but Burrow was like, and still is, but I hope he gets right because he is the only one in the league who feels as big as Mahomes to me when he's right.
I agree. Yeah, it's not Josh Allen. It's not, can't even think of another quarterback who'd be compared. I think it's not Brock Purdy.
I think we could get there if the Texans tie another one on, like,
sure,
he's wild. So if CJ can put another season together, maybe, but yeah, we'll see.
That's fair.
So you have 3 picks left and I have 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So we're going to leave 6 teams here on the board, and I'm going to tell you, I have a pretty strong opinion on who I think should be there. So this is going to get interesting, I think.
Okay. My first pick here is going to be the Cleveland Browns.
Easy. How are they
Yeah.
still here?
I don't know. Like, I think they're pretty good when they're all healthy, but
they won't be.
I still
And
don't really believe in Deshaun.
they're not going to stay out of the massage parlors. There's just no way.
No. And without Nick Chubb being Nick Chubb-like, which I think is very much up in the air, I don't know how great they're going to be. And defensively, I still don't know how great they are minus Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's insane, but the rest of them I don't necessarily believe in. This last one is tougher, I think, and this might be a top 6 team for you just because of your love for them, I suppose. But I'm going to go Jacksonville.
No, they were my next pick.
Okay, yeah, I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence that much. I don't really believe in this offensive scheme that much. Even though I love Doug Peterson, I just don't think they have the guys to do this. I think they paid the wrong people. And then defensively, I think they got a bunch of guys that don't really mesh together. So that's who I'm going with there.
Yeah, let me be clear. My belief for them extends to I really think they could be the second best team in this division.
Okay.
I think if all the cards play out, maybe they're close to a wild card.
Sure.
I think that's fair. And also, right, like as much as I'm rooting for Lawrence, he throws way too many interceptions.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's careless.
And I like the tools around him, but that doesn't matter if he's going to turn the ball over a lot. And I don't think they've set themselves up to move on from him. So if that goes south, I agree. I'm going to take my last 2 teams here.
Yep.
And okay, so there's some clear ones that it's like you're going to stay there. And I'm just curious if I play this like draft wise or just how I really think teams are going to go. I'm going to start with the one I'm like, if you had taken the Jags, I was like, well, I'll take Jags or this team next. And because I'm not rooting for them and they're not good. The Dallas Cowboys were a playoff team. And so I haven't taken them yet because they've found ways to win games. And that's like our game here today is like wins and losses. I think they have a chance to have 2 just truly dreadful teams in their division. I think who knows what the Eagles will do in terms of win-loss. So I haven't picked them yet, but I could see the wheels totally falling off in Dallas. And
100%. This is a good pick.
Yeah, and of the teams left, I think their peak is right there with everybody else. I am now going to do, I'm going to go smarts here, and like this is not my heart pick, but I picked the Bears, and the insurance pick on that is that one of these 2 teams is going to win less games than they're hoping. So I'm going to pick the Detroit. No, I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers.
That's going to be my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Green Bay Packers. And I will say when I made an illusion earlier to you want to, I thought this team would have gone out a lot sooner. And I wasn't just avoiding them because I'm a homer, but I didn't want to like every team that came up. I'm like, honestly, I was like, well, I don't want to say that I think the Bears are gonna win more games than us.
Sure.
But here's what I'll say. I think just in terms of wins and losses, as much as I think this team is maybe one of the more overrated, easily looking at where they are in the Super Bowl rankings, they are one of the most overrated teams in the league. They're solid. They're really solid in terms of like, I don't think they're going to blow up. I don't think their floor is that low. And I think they could easily reproduce some success. So for this exercise, I think they landed in an okay spot. I think maybe they hung around a little long, but honestly, I'm also like, you could tell me the Lions win 4 less games and I'd believe you too. So
same.
Yeah. So I'm happy with where that landed. I'm curious if you go, so our teams left so people know. I'll start from the bottom alphabetically because it's the San Francisco 49ers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Los Angeles Rams, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills, and the Baltimore Ravens. I think there's 2 teams you could pick, and I will say there's one team that I'm like, oh man, Zach, we didn't pick this team, but I'll be curious if you do right now.
I have 2 I'm looking at. One, I think everyone is surprised is still there probably.
Yeah.
And one, I think is probably a surprise. The one that I would say is a surprise that I am very close to picking is the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
I think they very, very clearly could regress here. I think they exceeded expectations a little bit. I think with a little more tape out on them, I think they could struggle. And I think Stephon Diggs is an issue. So I think they could get worse
an
as a
issue
result.
for the defense.
Oh, and the offense. The team I'm going to go with is the Rams. Like, if there's a team that could really fall apart because of a quarterback issue, I don't think it would be surprising if Matthew Stafford got hurt.
No.
And they don't have Aaron Donald. So 2 big issues there, potentially. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. I don't know why I didn't take them earlier, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah. So our teams here, and we'll do a check-in maybe before week 1 to see how we're feeling, then mid-season, then at the end. But my team, we're going for the least amount of wins, remember. I have the Panthers, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Giants, Commanders, Seahawks, Dolphins, Saints, Colts, Browns, Jags, and Rams. You have the Vikings, Raiders, Falcons, Buccaneers, Titans, Cardinals, Bears, Chargers, Jets, Bengals, Cowboys, Packers. In my opinion, the only team on this list who could win it all is the Jets, but they're volatile, as you said.
Yeah, that is so interesting. I don't think they can win it all. I think that sorry, and I'm correcting my list because I accidentally marked off the Ravens instead of the Jets for me. But
don't want that.
Yeah, I do not want them on my team. And by the way, I'm so glad you read it off. There were a lot of mistakes on the list I was keeping. So that's a nice job by me. I would say now that I've gathered myself, I would say that, like I said, if I had to pick one of those 2 that I picked in the same round, the Bengals were just there, and I don't think anything's really changed. So, like, if they're healthy and things are flowing, I feel like they are a Super Bowl contender.
Sure.
But the odds of them being healthy are just not very high. So the Rams, if I were you, when I was in that bottom one, I would say that the Texans were not a team I was considering, just because I totally agree with you on regression. As much jokes as I'm having, I don't think Diggs is the solution to the problems they actually had. So I agree that they could take a step back, but I don't think for this exercise that division is going to bump them out of second place.
That's true.
So I think it's fine they stayed on our board. Zach, I can't believe how much credit we give this coach. It's insane no one took the Steelers.
Oh, I mean, we know they're going to have a winning record. So, like, if their floor is 9-8.
Well, I know, but we took I'm not surprised they waited as long as they did. But when I did the Chargers are going to for sure, I'm like, or do I do the flip and just like, I mean, the Steelers, I would be flabbergasted if they are more than 2 games above 500. That is their window.
I mean, sure. That's fair.
Correct. And I know for this, we're betting on teams, like we pick teams who could just blow up. So I get that. But when I look at the list of like, who is the worst team left? I mean, it's for sure Pittsburgh.
We'll see. I believe in Arthur Smith there. And I think their defense got even better. Like, they got Patrick Queen now.
Arthur Smith should be running a museum. I just don't.
Come on.
I don't know. Their quarterback situation shouldn't work. That's the other thing I'm rooting against.
Probably won't, but yeah.
I think it will, and it shouldn't. That alchemy project they got going in the QB room, Justin Fields hates his life. What did he do to deserve this?
Yeah, he does. I think George Pickens could very much be an issue for the Steelers. He could be Stephon Diggs like an issue for the defense. But if George Pickens isn't happy, like Russell Wilson's not going to smooth things over. It's just not going to work. So they're a little volatile, but like, I don't know. I think they're good. Yeah. I think that they have a real chance to be second in the division. Chance.
Yeah. So am I right in saying the teams who are left unpicked, which there should be 6,
should
8.
Be, yeah.
Because we had 24. Yeah, you're right. So it's the Eagles, the Steelers, the 49ers, why don't you read it? I really fucked up this list. I don't know how I did that on my side. Okay, I started filling them in.
I believe it's going to be the Niners, Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Bills, Eagles, Texans, and who are we missing? I don't know.
Chiefs.
I said Chiefs. Niners, Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Bills, Texans. Eagles is 6, Texans is 7.
Ravens. You said that.
Already said Ravens. Who are we missing?
And that is the Flurry Sports Show, everybody. Who
are we missing, though? That doesn't make any sense. We did the Chargers. You said Chargers.
Yeah.
You have the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going through the list.
The Cowboys? Did you choose the Cowboys?
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys. Did we take an extra team?
No. There's no way. Bills. 1.
Wait, you Cowboys. Definitely took an extra team. You definitely took an extra team because you started the draft.
No, I have all my teams. I have it numbered. We have an even amount of teams for sure.
Okay.
I started the draft, but then you took 2.
Oh, that's right.
We have the same amount of teams. I know that. But we're not ending the show until we figure out who the fuck we did.
Yeah, the people need to know. All right, I'm going to go down the list. Ravens and Bills definitely didn't take them.
I need to start writing down the ones we didn't take. So Ravens,
Bills,
okay.
Lions,
yep.
Texans,
yep.
Chiefs,
yep.
You took the Rams?
Yep.
Fuck me, Zach. No,
Niners,
you took the Dolphins. You took the Dolphins. I was like, did
Correct.
Any of us take the Dolphins?
Yep. So Niners is 6.
Yeah. Steelers, Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Steelers. We were just talking about the Steelers so much.
God damn it. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you, man. They don't belong on this list.
That's true. I mean, okay, so out of the 6 teams, I think the Ravens, 8 teams, yes. I think the Ravens can win the Super Bowl. Yeah. I think the Chiefs obviously can. I think
the 49ers can.
I don't know.
We'll
put them there. We'll consider them. I don't think Shanahan can do it. Prove me wrong. Detroit, I don't think can.
No.
Buffalo can't. Steelers can't. Eagles is interesting. I don't think they can. But their defense is so fucking good, possibly.
Yeah.
In terms of just like the amount of playmakers they got now.
And I think their division stinks. So like
True.
If they rest up. I also think we usually talk a lot about like regression and different things. The Eagles of these teams are the team I'm looking at like, well, they're going to be better. Like I think they took a step back late in the season.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think you could, if you wanted to make that argument about the Bills. I won't, but you could, I think. I agree with you about Detroit. I wish they could win it, but they can't. I would say it's Chiefs. Here's what I'm going to say. I think, well, yes, I'm with you on the 49ers. Like they feel like they're missing something. If I think about them playing anyone but the Chiefs in the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I think I'd favor the Niners. So I'm going to say they could win it. So I think those two and the Ravens for sure, who everyone is still not giving enough credit to for some reason. And then I think I agree with you that it's just the three, but I would say it's those three. I'm
fine with saying 5 plus the Jets. I know you don't believe in the Jets. I think there's a real scenario here, and it merges both of our beliefs. I think there's a real chance the Jets start 0-4 or something like that. They fire Saleh, and then they hire Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick comes in, coaches the Jets to a Super Bowl. I think there's a legitimate chance, and if that would be a very fun NFL season just for the chaos.
I think Rodgers could leave the team to run for vice president.
That's also very true.
So I don't know, man. I am with you. I will say my fun pick of those teams we're talking about. Let's just say the Texans go nuclear. Like I feel like let's just get Stroud at the right time and fucking D'Amico getting the boys fired up, you know, hound the ball, hawk to the
JJ
ball.
Watt come back.
That's right. Andre Johnson. Let's bring them all back.
I mean, they've legit. JJ said he would come back. He already said it.
I didn't know that. I thought we were just naming Texans. Okay, yeah, bring him in. David Carr.
Yeah. By the way, we need to start giving JJ a little bit more shit. Different show, different day. I'm one of his biggest fans.
Wow.
I think he might be a perpetual loser as well. Just saying.
Wow. You heard
check on a soccer team. See how a soccer team's doing.
JJ Watt, Drake fan.
I wouldn't put that on him. That's
he loves Take Care.
No,
he's constantly defending that album. He goes, people don't give it enough love.
But yeah, so
and you heard Hotline Bling. That's what he says. That's how he talks to people.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it just nonstop. But you know the teams who have zero chance now. If we named one of your teams, I apologize. But maybe we saved you some time.
Better/less.
True.
Who do you think is going to win our competition? Put in the
between
comments
me and Jake.
below.
Yes, please. And I think it's fun to check back on this. Hopefully, we don't forget about it because I hope something drastic happens like before week 1, like in the preseason, and one of us is already like, oh no, like this is not going to work.
We drafted all of the NFC South.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I mean for sure, but like you're like, what could go wrong? One of those teams is winning 5 in a row.
They may turn around and lose 5 in a row. I will guarantee there is no team in the NFC South that I'm like, yep, that's a wagon going into the season. At no point, there's no shot.
We need to say that more, by the way. That should have been the segment. Honestly, when I think about it that way, there's 2 wagons in the NFL. That's it. Honestly, it's Chiefs and Ravens. There's only 2 wagons.
Probably Niners, we'll see. But
I think
people talking about how people are sick of hearing everyone talk about Taylor Swift in the NFL. Is it a bad take to say I'm done with Brock Purdy?
I'm so done with Brock Purdy.
Who cares? Like he's not interesting in the absolute slightest. But
everyone acts. Here's my we're gonna end on this thought and whatever your response to it is.
Okay.
I hate that his validation was the playoff game where he got hurt. And everyone's like, see how bad they were? And it's like, yeah, do you know who their fucking backup was? And he got hurt. Like, it wasn't like they brought in the backup and they were like, oh, now our 3rd stringer's in. No, their 4th stringer came in immediately, and then they brought Brock back in.
Yeah. And the defense knew he couldn't throw a football. Pretty, it's hard to win games that way.
And they're like, well, if he played, yeah, maybe, dude. I don't know if I fucking played.
Yeah, sure. If anyone who could throw a football. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not me, but McCown?
True. Either one. Luke McCown, maybe.
Even Luke McCown.
But yeah, for sure. He's just
by the way, new metric.
I don't get it.
how good is a team? If Luke McCown
With
was their
Luke-
quarterback,
Ooh, that's a fun series to do on Flurry Sports.
All right.
Ranking every team as if Luke McCown is their quarterback. That's very fun.
all right, well, coming to you soon.
Wow. And the team has to run their current offense still. So
That's
Luke
right.
McCown has to run the option in Baltimore. He
The
has
title
to
of
do it.
that article. Are you ready? You ready to end the show?
Yeah.
The title of that article? Not Lucas,